Hey everybody, welcome to No Breakaways, your source for all the Zwift racing tips and tricks. We're here today with a big matchup, Alto Velo versus Penn Velo, two of the big Northern California teams. I'm really excited. It's going to be a super fun matchup. Really good teams, really high-level competitors that we're about to see. The course today, they are doing 4 laps of the Seaside Sprint circuit. So you can see it's very flat. It's going to be really interesting to see what these really high-level men's A+ teams use as tactics to try to break this race up, to try to make it interesting. I'm not really sure, but let's take a look at their power right now. And first, we will check out the Penn Velo team. So these are the Penn Velo riders, and we'll go into their bios a little bit more. But we have Kellison, Chan, Cottle, Felton, Muko, and Platoshin. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. I apologize if I'm not. As you can see, huge watts per kilogram from each and every one of these riders. You see just all up and down, everyone's power numbers are just enormous. But I want to draw your attention a little bit to Felton. Quinn Felton, he's an under 20 rider. He's a professional mountain bike racer. 5.7 watts per kilogram here on Zwift. On his Zwift power profile, he can get up to 6.3 watts per kilogram for 20 minutes. Those are truly elite numbers. And I would expect Quinn to really be one of those people breaking this race apart. You know, you can see a couple guys here with nearly 14.5 watt per kilogram sprints. Going to be really interesting to see how they play the team tactics and see what they really try to do here, because we do have two very evenly matched teams. As we cut over to Alto Velo, O'Reilly, Kreitman, Sweet, Wu, Carvel, and Janizetko. Sorry if I'm messing up the names here. You know, you see O'Reilly there up at the top left-hand corner with 5.5 watts per kilogram. Like I said, these are huge power numbers from each and every one of these guys, two elite teams in the NorCal area. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what they do and what these tactics are going to look like. So moving on a little bit to the rider bios. First, we're going to go through Alto Velo. We have first up is Matt Carvel. He joined Alto Velo in 2015. He's been cycling for 10 years. He's a former varsity soccer player in college. My son would love that. And he's been racing as a roadie in Cat 3. He has 0 Zwift race wins, but he hopes to change that soon, maybe today. John Janizetko, he's a recovering lightweight rower. He started cycling in 2018, and in 2020, he's an ultra low-key hill climb champion. So very impressive there. Benjamin Kreitman, he started cycling and training in December 2019. He completed a half dozen solo 200-kilometer rides on both coasts of the U.S. to date. He says he can draft in a Zwift Peloton, but he can't pace a climb outdoors. I feel like I identify with that pretty strongly. Cameron O'Reilly is our next guy up. He's a former coxswain from the Dartmouth heavyweight rowing team. That's actually the second former coxswain we've had on these 6x6 matches. I don't know what it is, if that lends itself really well to cycling or what. But he, he did start cycling competitively in 2019. He's highly ranked on the top NorCal climbs. West Alpine, he's 11th, and Page Mill Road, he's 23rd. I'm assuming that means something to the people out there in Northern California. Next up, we have David Michael Sweet. I'm sure he goes by Sweet because that's what everybody's been calling him. He says he peaked as a Cat 3 at the Chico stage race. Self-acclaimed donut connoisseur, and this marks the first time one of our profile pictures have had a man eating a donut in it. And he says his race wins to crashes ratio is about 1.1. I feel like from David's profile, he'd be a fun guy to go out for an outside ride with. Next up, we have Stephen Wu. He's a 2-time ZRL America's West stage winner, and if you know that, that's a pretty tough division there. So for him to get some of those wins is very impressive. He says he's a Cat 11 a safe 6 cat distance away from cat 5. When I first read that, I didn't know what he was talking about. Then I realized it was like a play on the 6 feet away. I was very very impressed by that joke. That was a very low-key good joke. He says he loves hills, but he's allergic to sprints in real life. But that's the opposite of Zwift. If you look at his Zwift numbers, he has about a 15 watt per kilogram sprint. So I would expect Steven to really be able to do some damage here if this comes down to a sprint. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, again, how these teams play it out if that's what they're going to do. Next up, we have the Penn Velo guys. Eugene Chan, another really good profile picture. I cropped it out, but he is a really good one. He's holding his phone. I don't know what he's taking this picture with. He's a Cat 2 road racer, started racing in 2019. He says, yes, that is his heart rate, so we will have to make sure we check in on Eugene. And he actually likes In-N-Out fries. I'm here in Illinois, so I don't really know much about In-N-Out. But I'm assuming that their fries must not be good. Next up, we have Jeremy Cottle, Masters Track World Champion 2014, 17, and 18. Masters Track National Champion in 2012, 16, and 19. Masters Crit National Champion in 2017. Very impressive resume from Jeremy there. You know, must just be an incredible racer. I'm really excited to see what he does today. We have Quinn Felton. As I mentioned, he is a professional mountain bike racer. He raced in the 2019 Junior Tour of Ireland, 2018 NICA NorCal League Sophomore Overall Champion, and second overall up Kings Mountain Road in Woodside, California. Exceptionally good athlete here. It's going to be really fun. And from his profile photo, he looks like a professional mountain biker to me. Next up, we have Brian Kellison, Chico Stage Race, GC and One Stage in 2018. Consecutive Zwift rides since April 25th, 2020, coming up on a solid year here. Congratulations to him on that. And he was a lacrosse academic All-American in 2002. Next up, we have Jant Mukhapahada. I apologize, Jant, for mispronouncing your last name. I meant to ask you before the broadcast. He just successfully defended his PhD thesis 3 weeks ago. Congratulations. That's a huge deal. He's a former triathlete that never really liked swimming. That seems to be like a pretty consistent theme amongst a lot of these triathletes. He started Zwifting at the start of the pandemic, and now he's hooked. And, you know, as you can see from his power numbers that we looked at before, you know, he has climbed the ranks pretty quick here. We have Yuri Platishin. This is his 10th year of racing bikes. His toughest ride to date, 319.18 kilometers, 6,500 meters of elevation in 14 hours. That's just an incredible ride. He was tossed into a fast-moving river by his grandma to learn swimming. So thankfully, I did not have Yuri's grandma. Otherwise, you know, I don't think I'd be here announcing with you today. So those are the rider bios. Really looking forward to this race. As you can see, it starts in about 56 seconds. And we're really looking forward to see how the start. I'm sure it'll be hard like most Zwift races. And to Matt McNamara watching out there, hopefully you should be able to join Discord in the group. Let me see here. Oh. So I'm going to get Matt set up while I'm attempting to talk. I am not very good at that. Hopefully, Matt, that you are now set up. I appreciate you going on the live stream, but I do have to ask you to get off the live stream if you're going to be DSing the guys, because we're going to be hopping in the team cars, and I don't want anybody to hear the team tactics. So as a reminder to everyone, you know, this race, all of these riders are in the No Breakaways Discord server, and that's how we hop back and forth between the teams. It's a pretty fun way as the riders take off here to do it, so that we can listen to the DSs and that they get you know, kind of a different view for all of you out there, so that you know a little more about what's happening in the race and what some of these team tactics are, as we see it's strung out a little bit here. I'm sure it'll all come back together. All these guys have the power to get right back on. You see Carvel down there just putting in a little dig. Quinn Felton going to the front. Yeah, so we're in a pretty flat part of the course here. There is going to be a little bit of an uphill, and I will wait until we're through probably the S's to hop in and bug their DS's about what their different strategies are. So you can tell most of the time I do these productions with somebody else, but unfortunately I couldn't get any of the rest of the broadcasting crew to join me today, which was a bit unfortunate. One thing I am really excited about today is to check out these new drafting dynamics. I haven't actually raced since the last ZRL season, so this might look a little bit different than normal. I don't see anybody attacking off the front yet. What I do see is very high, 4.5, 5 watt per kilogram. So, these guys are definitely getting after it. No doubt about that. Here's Eugene Chan. Let's see what his heart rate is. 144. That doesn't seem that abnormal. Maybe that's as high as it gets. I'm not sure. I'm sure if it does, he gets some comments about that in some of the races. So now that we're coming up on the S's, we'll see if there's any attacks through here. Hopefully that they're planning some different tactics here to liven this race up, to get some different things going. Interestingly, it looks like Velo is in the red kits, and in all the other kits, in the Zwift kits is Alto Velo, but I don't know who that is in the yellow or green kit. Maybe we can see if we can get to that person. Yeah, so I tell you what, let's go hop over and we will talk to one of the DSs right now. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Alto Velo comms and we'll talk to their DS right now.
Nice. Stay relaxed. This is early in the race.
All right, this is a bit of a kicker.
Yep, this is the longest one of these little rollers.
Push, push, push. Push, push, push.
Up, 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 up. Good job, guys. No panic. No need to do more work than you have to.
Hey, Alto Velo. This is Rick with No Breakaways. How are you all doing?
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
Hey.
Is that Catherine and Whitney?
Yeah.
Hello.
Catherine, a former 6 versus 6 match race winner herself.
Yeah.
So I think they brought in a ringer for their DS.
Well, I'm so glad you guys were able to put this together for a little NorCal 6v6. And I love the fact that we have the 6 guys being told what to do by 2 strong women.
Yeah, that's great. So, yeah, Catherine and Whitney, are you both on the Alto Velo team?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's all pulling together.
Yes, yeah, I'm part of the club, but in e-racing, I race like a girl. But I've been a member of Alto Velo since 2005.
Let Jeremy dangle.
Good job,
Yep.
you guys.
I saw that.
Jeremy on the flyer.
5.6, 6.2 out of him.
So it's
Downhill is coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. Downhill.
It sounds like you
No
guys
panic,
know each other from outdoors too. Is that?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So
A little bit of a grudge match here.
Oh, I love
Locals.
it. So what are the Alto Velo tactics today? How are you all going to break this race wide open?
Are we allowed to talk about our strategy live?
Well, I mean, I told you, beforehand, I'm going to come in and I have to bug you. It's like part of my job. This is how I make the big money, is bugging you guys about this, like the hard-hitting interviews, you don't have to, certainly, but it sounds like you do have some tactics.
Tell them some bullshit. We're attacking on the downhill.
Yeah.
the ideal place to bring him back is just before the volcano. The moment we bring him back, we overshoot top.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
On
good
it.
little
Yeah,
You
going
guys
shot.
there.
need to, yeah, you guys
Keep
don't
the
need
gap
to work on the
5
downhill.
seconds.
Yep. Yeah, I think we have some different cards to play. We have depth in the team. We have some just strong rouleurs, and we also have a good sprinter. So I think, you know,
He's dropping down. He's at like 4.5 to 5.
I think we have several different cards to play, and you know our goal is to win this, and you know, also race hard. And obviously, Velo has fired the first shot with sending a rider off the front, but you know, this is not even halfway through the first lap of 4 hard laps, so still got lots of racing left to see.
Yeah, well, you know, good luck to you all. As again, I'll be hopping back in every once in a while. I see Cameron up there. Looks like he's pedaling well, doing fine. So good luck the rest of the race, everybody.
Thanks.
I think
Is
sometimes
that-
we do single counters, like we do a 1 counter. But if we do a double counter,
Yeah.
then it kind of sets it up. And then Quinn was saying, yes, if we can hold 2, Quinn can maybe go bridge, get a little help, and then relaunch again.
By then they'll be on our tails. If there's a bridge attempt, then they'll cover that. But we'll wait for this move by Jeremy to play out.
Yeah.
Hey, Penn Velo, this is Rick. It sounds like I hopped in at the perfect moment where you guys were talking strategy.
They're going.
Correct.
Watch out.
Now we're going up. I'm going. I'm coming. Yeah, Rick. We're talking some strategy.
All right, go.
We got a
get him.
guy up the front right now.
Ah, shit.
Making them chase.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
In the draft.
All right, fellas. Well, I'll leave you alone as this race gets a little bit harder. Good luck the rest of the way,
Thank you.
and have fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so some interesting tactics. It sounds like there's a lot of things planned here in this race today by the different teams. We already saw that attack off the front by Jeremy Cottrell, and you heard that Alto Velo was pretty content just to let him go off the front, but then talking about launching some counterattacks. Penn Velo seems like they have a pretty similar set of tactics here where they want to kind of attack and send one rider off the front over and over. That's what I picked up from what they were saying. It's going to be really fun to see. I see we got quite a few viewers here in the YouTube chat. Glad to see you all here. Thanks a lot for dropping by and cheering on your team. It looks like there's a lot of NorCal people. You know, and I know these are 2 of the biggest clubs in Northern California, like Catherine and Whitney were saying, big rivals. Which is really cool that we were able to bring some of these rivals together. Looks like the pack has broken up. We have, 8 in the front group. Looks like, let me try to count up here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, Alto Velo, and 3 Penn Velo, and 4 Penn Velo, maybe, if my count is right. So yeah, you know, this is kind of the race right up here, a 4v4. Let's hop back and see who's we have. Oh yeah, so you know, Jeremy, after that tough attack here with Penn Velo, is off the back now. We have, let's see here. Yeah, we have Yuri, Jeremy, Matt Carvel, and yeah, I don't know who else is kind of stuck off the back here. Oh, and Stephen Wu. Nope, he's up front. So yeah, and this is probably their sprinter right here, this Stephen Wu. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out. You know, we've already seen quite a few attacks with Sweet going off the front at 6.7 and pushing hard to catch up, I guess. Here's Quinn Felton, probably the rider to watch out of all these guys. A bit of a ringer. You know, these guys are used to seeing a lot of each other on the road, but I don't know, with Quinn being an under 20 rider, how often, you know, he gets and mixes it up with some of these guys. and a mountain biker for that matter. So it'll be very interesting to see. He may be their wild card that they sent up the road a couple times to try to break this up. But it is interesting to see that it has broken up into this basically 4v4 front group. So that's super cool and kind of a testament to this 6v6 format that we're trying to work out. There's a lot of really cool stuff we are trying to do here. I know Breakaways, and if any of you viewers have any ideas of different race types you'd like to see, we've talked about relays, we've talked about randomizing teams at the start. We're working on kind of a race where we get 12 Zwifters together and randomize the teams, and they got to come up with what they're going to do. So, anything is really possible with this format. So if you do have ideas, reach out, comment on these videos. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll see if we can't pull it together. That was one of the big things with sitting in with the team cars. It was something we always wanted to see in the Tour de France. So, why not go in and try to do it? And it turned out to be pretty neat. So, like I said, if you can think of anything, let's let's try it. We're always up to try some stuff. As we see an attack going off the front here by Sweet. See what the pack is doing behind him. It looks like it's a little bit broken up. You can see those different pack dynamics, certainly different than it looked before on Zwift. So we have a Alto Velo guy going off the front, followed by 2 Penn Velos. They created a bit of separation as the Penn Velo guys, Kellison and Chan, looks like they're going right by. Can't really tell how hard they're pushing the pace here. It doesn't look like all that hard for these guys. For us normal people, it would be pretty hard, but it looks like these guys are right on that 5.0 all the time. Although, kind of looking back to the chase group, they don't appear to really be chasing that hard. Yeah, so a little bit of separation. Why don't we hop back into the team cars, because you probably want to hear them anyways instead of me blabbing on, and we'll see what Penn Velo is talking about here.
Where did Creepman go? I don't see him anywhere.
Perfect.
Yanni, make sure you follow that other guy. Don't pull him.
Yeah, good call. I just want to try and bridge the guys in front, though.
Guys, Creepman's disappeared. So, yeah, we have numbers now in the front.
Don't worry about it now.
No, not the pack, but there's 2 others kind of in between.
No, I mean, when Simon is gone.
Got it. Okay.
So just let. It's 3v4.
Oh.
So just let them do the work. For now.
Yeah, I'm down to recovered enough to attack when the.
I think Kreitman lost internet.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yes.
Flat tire, so it's us now.
Yeah.
I got a draft truck.
Me too. I didn't get anything.
So there we are. We saw the infamous internet going out. That really stinks. Really too bad. But like they were saying, it's just like it's just like when you're outdoors and you get a flat tire. Everybody has mechanicals. It is a shame for Alto Velo that they had that happen, but that is kind of the name of the game, and yeah, it is what it is. So we will hop in and see what Alto Velo is talking about.
Good job, you guys.
Sorry, I think I tried a new view, and that was a mistake on the volcano because I thought I was a different avatar.
No worries. Hey, it's a learning experience.
No worries at all.
So,
So how are we gonna win in a 3-on-4 in this front group?
Let's try to
Start
keep the group
playing.
together then. camera
Yeah.
mount Quinn. Camera mount Quinn.
Yeah.
Me and Zwift just try to stuck with the other three.
Okay, we got this kick up into the
BGS.
volcano. Up.
Hey, so on the volcano climb, should I up the pace even if it's just the two of us?
Not necessarily. Come on, you guys.
Up.
Come on. Just the two of you guys just keep riding steady. Come on, you guys. There's a slight gap. Don't let it get too. Good job. Good job.
How you feeling for a counter, Cam?
190. No.
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
Well, Quinn's got you beat at 196. So 3 laps. Watch for any counters.
Nice work, y'all. Breathe.
Yep. Cam, you can ease up. Yeah, no need to do any more work.
Don't
Try
ride
to
in the
get a
front ever,
Yep. Try
because
to
you
get
can't
a little
accelerate
bit
out of the
recovered.
front.
Yep, let them. They've got the numbers. Yep, Cam, you
They
can
should be
stay
having to do
relaxed.
all the work.
I think one of the more interesting things that I'm kind of seeing here, it was, it's fun listening to the DSs talk about what to do, some of these team tactics. You see them looking at heart rate. Yeah, so see we here's Eugene Chan's 145 heart rate. As he said in his bio, yes, that is his real heart rate. But it's interesting to see the team tactics. You saw Velo attack pretty hard with just a 4-on-3 advantage. And tell me in the chat if you've raced with this new race dynamics. Do you think that people can more easily get away? Do you think breakaways are more apt to happen? I don't know. Hopefully, I don't have to change my the name of my channel. I don't know what I do. I don't think the channel name Breakaways has such a good ring to it. But do you think they're more apt to happen? Do you think here with just a 4-on-3 advantage, it's not like it's 4-on-1 or anything, that they could break this group apart? The way Alto Velo was talking basically is that they want to see how they can hang on to this and win this with that 3-on-4. So it'll be really interesting to see. And as we come into the S's, I'm gonna hop back into the Velo Discord because I just personally kind of like hearing the Discords. So
Together because I have the draft truck, so
Oh, okay,
I
fair
can hit
enough.
it and then lead out whoever wants to come with me.
Yeah, Brian,
I'll
you
let
should
you know where I'm
definitely
going. Okay?
stay with them though. Not like lead out and fall off. Stay with them so you can do a run TT.
No sacrificing.
Yeah, not a full out lead out, but a hard attack.
Okay, yeah.
One can slingshot off of me,
Okay.
and then I can roll back through and grab the wheel.
Yeah.
Or if I switch it off of you, let them chase and grab their wheel. Yeah.
Okay,
Go.
okay.
Let's go.
I'm going.
Eugene, if you can go with. No, Sweet's going behind you. Go, Giant.
This is dangerous. Let's go, guys. Come on. Quinn, if you can bridge, it might be a good idea.
Go, Quinn, go. Yeah, good bridge.
Follow Brian.
I see him going right on through.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I'm with you, Quinn.
I'm on Sweet's tail.
Cam's off us.
Yeah. You guys two TT go.
So Kreitman's back on. He's behind me.
Here comes Cam. You're gonna have to cover that, Quinn. I'm just gonna hang on for dear life.
Okay.
We're hanging back with 2. It's 2-2 in the back. If you guys get pulled back, we'll counter.
I'm gonna drive it. Let me go drive it.
Yeah,
No big deal.
you can go. You can drive it.
Ryan, quick, get in front of me.
Yeah, what's up?
Get in front of me.
Okay.
I'm letting your wheel go.
Nice.
With you.
All
Yep.
right,
So the
good.
3 of you guys just
Let's just
practice
chill. Catch your breath.
and then do a team time. Just do like 45-second pulls. Just the 3 of you guys rotate.
Nah, each of us do 30 seconds. Make him do a minute.
Oh, okay. So there's. Oh, I see that. Yep.
Sorry, my Discord crashed.
Good job, Cam.
We're seeing some really cool tactics play out here. It looks like we actually do have a little bit of a break going on. I mean, they have 10 seconds on the field. This is one of those things. If this was a big Zwift race, this is never going to stay away, right? But since this is a 6v6, it's completely different. You have 3 up front and only 4 back here in the chase pack. Ken Velo with 2 up front is not going to be motivated to chase in that backpack. So if Alto Velo wants to catch up, they're really going to have to drive the pace to try to wear that down. So, but the way this race is scored, your top 3 riders are scored here. So it's like cross country style scoring. If anybody ran cross country, so basically first place gets 1 point, second place gets 2 points, etc. And the way it's scored is lowest score wins. So Alto Velo, if they think they can take, maybe they'll only get 1 in the top 3, but if they think they can take places number 4 and 5, then maybe they'll end up okay. If they have the guy they want, which I think Cameron here probably is the guy that they want up front. Very, very, very strong rider. This is a really, really strong front group. We talked about it looking at their power charts, but just the level of racing here is just absolutely incredible, as we see Chan with a little bit of an attack back here. Also interesting to note some of the bike choices. You see some disc wheels, which I do have to take a second to say that I really like the fact that they changed up the zip on the wheels, and the normal disc wheel looks a little bit cooler than just a plain black. And you see here, let's see, who is that for Alto Velo? Is that Wu? I think Wu has the original disc wheel here. Is a super fast one. Yeah, I mean, personally, if we're talking about aesthetics, I would probably rather have the gray one. I was riding around with that just today, actually, but not quite as fast. So yeah, now we see we have a, and geez, they got a 20-second gap here. Pretty incredible. Really, they aren't driving that hard right now. It just looks like the chase pack is not really inclined to try to chase this down. Yeah, as Bill said, but it's not a big Zwift race. That's the really cool part. I really love the fact that in this format, and shout out to Ryan McGee, he is, and Carson Ivany, they're both, I believe, the two guys who came up with a 6v6 format, and I kind of just hopped on their coattails and and try to get a broadcast. But really, kudos to them for coming up with this format and making Zwift racing, trying some different things. This is something that it would be might be harder to do outdoors, but in Zwift, it's a pretty easy thing to set up, and it's really fun to do. Also, to anybody watching, if you are interested in doing a 6v6 race, we're going to probably take a little bit of a break over the summer. We're working on a couple of things. We need to, summer season outdoor riding and all of that. But we want to put on more of these match races as the weather starts turning a little bit, probably in the fall, but we'll probably do a couple during the summer. If you're interested, if you have a team, actually, it was really neat. Alto Velo and Penn Velo, they both reached out. They watched one of these 6v6s, and they just emailed me or commented on one of the videos asking if they could do it. And sure, definitely. Or hit me up on Instagram at No Breakaways. We were really happy to see teams wanting to participate in this. We have grand visions for all this stuff with tournaments and everything else that could be really neat. So again, it's a really cool format. Maybe we will hop into Alto Velo and talk to them a little bit about what they're thinking right now and why they aren't trying to pull this back in.
Because it's like you don't want to burn it hoping to get an arrow and then end up with nothing. So
yeah, and it'll save me if like Quinn goes, I need to stick him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that can go at least from the top of the downhill all the way to the finish. So
yep.
That's about the distance, at least.
All right, take a pull, Ben.
On it.
Thanks.
Ride steady those in the back. Good job.
Hey, Alto Velo, nice job so far. Just maybe chime in a little bit on what the thought is. I see, it's 2-on-1 up front. Are you trying to pull that break back in?
Unfortunately, due to a power drop on one of our riders, we were left a little bit on the back foot. So we're trying to get group 3 to catch group 2, and Cam's just sitting on the 2 Penn Velo guys up front.
Just gonna try and win.
Yeah, try to win it. So,
In it to win it.
yep.
Come on, Cam.
I love
Unleash that inner cylinder in you, Cam.
Yeah, I see the smile there. I mean, you look like you're doing all right, Cam. Let's see. Let's check on. Yeah, only 175 beats per minute. You got at least 40 or 50 left.
100.
Good job, you guys.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah, so interesting there. I wasn't even thinking about kind of trying to pull the next group together. I mean, here it is. So yeah, Alto Velo has 2 there, so they would make it a they would get numbers in their favor if they can pull this group and this group 20, the third group and the second group that's 20 seconds ahead together. Here's Eugene from Penn Velo going up this little hill. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, he's pushing it hard. Looks like they're trying to... Sure who they're trying to drop. Looks like he's dropping his own guy a little bit off the back here with Ellison. No, he's hanging back on. So maybe a little fake attack. I'm not sure. Well, he's Yeah, I guess it was. He had to sprint to get back on there, kind of a sink and sprint, a little bit in the pace line. It looks like these three guys are clear, as we heard in the Alto Velo when they were talking. Their DS was talking that it sounds like they are worried about Quinn Felton here. It's kind of interesting to see him still pushing so hard on the front. I gotta imagine Cam O'Reilly is just sitting on the back. Looking at least looking at the power numbers, Felton and O'Reilly are looked like the standouts from these two teams. I mean, everybody. Of course, Stephen Wu has won a couple America's West races, so it's like, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in the 6v6 for sure. I'd be pretty far off the back. But really outstanding teams, really outstanding tactics here as we see this. Yeah, it looks like this is back out to 25 seconds between the second and third group. So yeah, just a little bit different. Let's hop back into the Penn Velo Discord and we'll see what they are talking about, see what they have planned here.
Hey guys, be aware that I have Kreitman with me. We're about 20 seconds behind you guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start ramping it up a little bit here after we get out of the dirt.
Yeah, let them catch you. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Hey, Penn Velo, I don't know if you guys are up to talking, but you got any plans?
Yeah, so we have two in the front group. They're going to work for the 1-2 podium. And then our chase group is not really a chase group, but we're trying to stay away from the third group chasing us. And so, not to let the cat out of the bag, we're probably going to mix it up before we get to the sprint, because the sprinter, Stephen Wu, is a lot stronger than our team sprinters. So that's kind of the game plan right now.
All right, you got a plan on where you're going to try to mix it up? Is it up the little volcano climb, or are you not going to tell?
Let's just say our forte is a little bit longer out.
All right, I love it.
How about that?
I love it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Be ready for.
All right, so there you have it. I mean, both teams working some different tactics. I always really like when we hop in and we talk to the teams, and they kind of have like opposing strategies. Alto Velo trying to pull back the second and third groups. Penn Velo trying to keep the second and third groups apart. Like, that's their whole thing. That's one of the really fun things about bike racing, right? As we see Quinn put in a little dig here to make sure he's staying on. Yeah, it's really interesting to see these dynamics and how they're going to play out. I mean, it's also cool to hear, like we said, talking to Penn Velo, they're planning a long attack here from somewhere in the second group. They're looking to go 1-2 and they're looking to break this apart because they're afraid of Stephen Wu, because they know how strong he is in that sprint. So getting a view into those tactics, I know personally I always really enjoy. And yeah, I think this has been a really interesting tactical race, a little bit different than we've maybe seen before. We've seen groups get isolated, but I haven't seen too many times where you have such distinct groups on the road. And as we look, as that third group here is only 17, 18 seconds behind. So they have pulled it in 7 or 8 seconds. So the Alto Velo group must be really working hard to try to pull that back together. We only have about 4 kilometers left. We're on our 4th lap here. So they're gonna be coming into the finish pretty quickly. So I don't think they're gonna have enough time to pull that 20-second gap back in 4 kilometers. I mean, you see not with Penn Velo driving at 6.2 watts per kilogram, and I'm betting this is part of that move they're probably talking about of really driving hard. I'm not sure where else on this course you would start to really make a move or go over the top. Although, you know, in this sort of format, if Penn Velo could get their two guys off, you know, away from Chan and Sweet, they might have a chance to make it stick. It would take, because then it's 2-on-2, right? And it's not like you have huge numbers like in a normal Zwift race. Here we are as you see about 2 kilometers left. It'll be fun. I'm going to go ahead for these last 2 kilometers. I'm just going to jump in the Penn Velo Discord, and we will follow them around because they have a lot of tactics going. It seems like they have them a bit on the back foot. So let's hop over to Penn Velo.
How you doing, Brian? How you feeling?
Let's go, guys.
Quinn, I'm gonna go probably one before the last hill.
Okay, so like 1.2K about?
Approximately, yeah. Obviously let you know as well, but just
Good.
and if Cam attacks, I'll try my best to bridge it, but you'll have to
I'm leaving a
on my
gap.
wheel.
Sweet's coming. Sweet's got it. I'm on Sweet.
Under 1 mile to go, 1 mile to go.
Yeah.
Attack from the back now, attack from the back.
Yeah, yeah. Went back.
Roller right there.
Yeah. Waiting.
Go.
All right.
Go,
yeah.
go.
You got this. Go, guys.
Come on, come on. Let's go, Quinn. Come on, Giant.
There you go. There you go.
Quinn, you gotta start sprinting now. Go.
Go, Quinn. Go.
Let's go. Go work. What happened in the back?
Stephen with 4. Mike 5th.
Told you, Brian. You gotta let Steven start. You can't lead him out. That's all
All right.
We got it. Let's go.
I think we got it anyway.
Yeah.
It was Quinn, Cam, Giant, Woo, Ryan, me.
Sick.
Nice.
Go
Well
work.
done, guys.
Work.
Hey Penn Velo, this is Rick hopping back in with you. Yeah, we were watching you there for the sprint. Congratulations! I got 134 for the win.
Yes.
Nice job,
Right
guys.
on. Way to go, PB.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice,
So
Rick.
unfortunate that Benjamin
Yeah.
Kreitman had a technical
Yeah.
difficulty, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Did I cut out like what I said before the last lap? Let Stephen Wu lead the sprint.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Rick, I made a mistake. I didn't let Stephen Wu lead out the sprint.
yeah.
So, my mistake. Everyone knows now. My mistake.
Yeah. Well,
Brian Kellison made a mistake.
well, if it makes you feel any better, there's only
Absolutely.
45,000 people watching right now.
Perfect.
oh,
nice.
Hey, everybody.
Alex, is it really that?
No, geez, no. There's like 60 or 70, but a lot of fans, a lot of Penn Velo fans were chiming in, cheering you all on.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. That was super fun to watch. What do you guys think of the format?
Love it.
I like it. It's a lot. It's intimate, so it's really cool. You can't just rely on the blob to just like absorb everything. So breakaways actually do work in the no breakaway format.
I was gonna say we can't talk too much about how breakaways work, but
Rick, actually, our team philosophy is really around racing and being active, even outside. We're always trying to be reactive instead of wait for a bunch sprint. Now, our sprint ability is not that great, so that's probably the driving force. But we do like being active, even in Zwift and in e-racing in general. So we do a lot of outside tactics inside as well.
So at least we try to. The key to winning there was Benjamin Kreitman is the strongest person on that team in terms of pure power. So once he was gone and Cameron went, Giant followed. It was 1-2. Giant's a little bit weaker than Cam. So I mean, Quinn is the strongest person in this race, bar none. So I was like, forget the rule about don't chase your teammate. Don't chase your teammate. Yeah. Quinn, you can just bridge and make it 2v1. And Sweden Steven can't do anything about it. Besides pull us back to him. So I just told Quinn to go. And that was the winning move.
yeah, it was a fantastic move. Great race. We really appreciate you guys coming on. Before I hop off and hop over to Alto Velo, any sponsors or anything like that you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, our title sponsor is Brian. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. We would like to thank all our sponsors, especially Penn Velo, Summit Bicycles, Flex Laga Castelli, all the great sponsors that support the team and the club for many, many years. We want to thank them very much. And I want to thank my teammates for all doing the hard work and just coming together and having a fun team inside sport.
Yeah,
Thanks for that, Brian.
definitely. And yeah, I got to say your jerseys, those are great looking jerseys. So great job, fellas. And yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. Maybe there'll be a rematch. I'm betting Alto Velo is going to want a rematch.
For sure.
We're totally down for it.
Yeah. Thanks
All right.
again.
Yeah, have a good night, fellas.
Take care, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Stay safe out there.
Create a good split. So it was worth the risk and worth the split.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I think
dropout was the only problem.
Hey, Alto Velo, this
Damn.
is Rick. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Great race tonight. Looked like a ton of hard fought miles there on Zwift. Maybe tell me a little bit about it. What you thought of the format?
I thought it was super dynamic to have a constant conversation, at least within our team, about with the lead break and then the chase and then the third group forming, finding out the strategy between it and how to play our cards was something that you don't normally get in CRL racing, because they're once a group's off the back, they're done, and any group of three that's off the front is going to get brought back unless it's less than 2 miles to go. So a lot more thinking about when to go and when to put in digs or let them behind you catch.
Yeah, definitely. It showed. I really liked your guys' tactics. It was really unfortunate with the internet dropout. you know, it's like somebody said, it's like a flat tire, but still, it's never fun to have stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, and it was. I said to the guys, they did a great job, and we're hoping for a rematch. So.
Yeah, well, that's what we were just talking to Penn Velo about. I bet somebody's definitely gonna want a rematch on Alto Velo, and they gave thumbs up. They said they were up for it. So
yeah,
we can do it on Zwift. We can do it outside. We're both NorCal teams, so
it's gonna be harder for me to get into the team car outside. I got to be honest with you.
We'll give you a lift.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, well, maybe I'll come out to Northern California.
Yeah, well. We have some of the best riding in the world, if I can say from experience. So I feel blessed to live here.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah, so you know, congratulations to everybody. Great race. Really fun. We'll definitely have a rematch. But before before we sign off, what sponsors do you want to talk about? What do you want to get out there into the Zwift universe?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to a couple of sponsors for us. Cognition Cycling, San Mateo, Bole Apparel, clothing sponsor, Dave Keith Real Estate Team, and DFJ Growth. Those are all some of the club sponsors right now. As you know, right now we're going under the name of Alto Velo, so we have a couple of different supporting sponsors who, make especially our road racing team really possible in Northern California. So huge shout out to them. They let us do what we love to do, so keep things fun.
Yeah, well, great job, everybody. I really had fun sitting in, and it also was kind of a DS masterclass, I felt like. So it was really fun listening to everybody, and congratulations. And yeah, we'll definitely look forward to the rematch.
Thanks for putting it together for us.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you all later.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so that's it. Really fun race there. Really, really strong competitors. And it was interesting to see kind of how the real life dynamics did translate to some of the 6v6, especially when the competitors all knew each other. They were referring to each other by name. So they're obviously very used to racing outside. So that was super cool. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, and then we got a rematch on tap. Thanks everybody for, tuning in to No Breakaways. We appreciate you spending a little time with us on our Tuesday night fights. Again, if you like the channel, please click like and subscribe below. I know they say that all the time. On Thursday, we're going to have our next CRL course preview. Believe it or not, the season is upon us. And yeah, what is it? The Dulce France. I'm sure I'm screwing up that pronunciation. One of my French teammates will give me a hard time about it. But yeah, good luck everybody in ZRL this year.